We understand in this divided government, we're not going to get everything we want. And so what we want to do is take a step toward that goal.
There are real risks here for Ryan because the Tea Party could reject him because of this deal. Here's the evolution of Paul Ryan.
I propose a systematic way to reform our programs. I call it a roadmap for America's future.
He came up with the Ryan budget that was a radical change in the way the federal government operated, and a radical change in priorities, and a radical change in approach to entitlements. Very brave position.
Sorry for getting a little carried away, Mr. Chairman, but this is a serious time. Look, as a conservative, I deal with the situation as it exists. I deal with the way things are, not necessarily the way things I want them to be.
This Paul Ryan that made this compromise is a very different Paul Ryan. This is a Paul Ryan who's saying, hey, I tried my best, but in the end of the day, you have to govern, and the Democrats control the Senate. Ryan clearly wants to run in 2016. He wants to at least maintain his viability. Ryan's young, he's attractive, he's from a swing state, and this deal, it will establish Ryan even more as one of the front runners. But as I say, there are real risks here for Ryan because the Tea Party caucus, the Tea Party movement, which is the most powerful player in Republican primaries right now, doesn't like deals, doesn't like compromises.
Unfortunately, once again, it appears the Washington establishment is refusing to listen to the American people.
There's an interesting dynamic emerging. Senator Cruz is clearly playing for the Tea Party support, and he wants to run for president. The things he's doing in the Senate is not making any deals, standing on principle at every turn. Ryan is not doing that in the House. He's not doing it in part because he's a chairman of a committee and he has some obligations to govern, but he's also not doing it because I think he senses that the Tea Party may have overplayed its hand. I think Paul Ryan was smart to not be on camera when the shutdown was authored and when it was ended.
This agreement makes sure that we don't have a government shutdown scenario in January. It makes sure that we don't have another government shutdown scenario in October.
This deal prevented a second shutdown, and maybe some Republicans will give him credit for that.
This bill reduces the deficit by $23 billion, and it does not raise taxes.
Do legislative accomplishments lead to winning presidential nominations? Not so much. But you can lose a presidential nomination with a single vote. For Ryan, can he be attacked as a compromiser, as someone who maintained the welfare state? I think he can, and I think Ted Cruz, the senator from Texas, is likely to use that attack if they face each other in the Iowa caucuses.